As I walked out in the streets of Laredo. As I walked out in Laredo one day, I spied a young cowboy. All right, here we go. Everybody's starting to come in. We got Repugnant Tones here and Chrome and we. And Chrome. Yeah, I just responded to your private message, Chrome, over at the Goose. Yeah, I do like the way that Sakura, Cardcaptor Sakura, we're talking about. Excuse me, I do like the way they're taking this in the second season. It's cool that, they really built upon the fact that she had completed her mission and gotten all the cloud cards. And now this whole concept of her being able to change them into Sakura cards. What did Tomoyo call them? Sweet Sakura? Whatever Sakura cards. It's pretty cool. Zaya says, attention, Baldino. My hair says hello. I miss the my hair guy. Oh, of course, with the way things worked out once again with the Japanese companies, Igotas 83 and 84, I had to post only at the Goosh because they were just going to block them no matter what. Thanks, Susan. Because, again, just because there's already a very designated path to file a copyright issue, go ahead and just add to it that you'll just block something on anybody's request. Just to, because that way you don't have to worry about that fair use stuff. Chrome says, forgot to say in my comment, we now only have a year left of Cardcaptor Sakura. 12 I'll sponsor the original before Clear Card. Wow, it's been a fun ride. Especially, we've talked about that before, Chrome. Especially with you sponsored that, and it was kind of like a test run for us, just to see if that was something a genre that I could even get into, and then to end up liking it as much as I do. And how long? Oh yeah, Susan's. Wow, 2.5 minutes and nothing for notifications this time. There's Susan coming at us. I wonder, did they, I'm just going to look at something real quick. Because I just recently posted a, let's see. I just recently posted a video too. I wonder if Susan did anything with notifications there. That seems about average. So must be guys, I utilized my allotment of time I can spend on YouTube today. I already posted 2 videos, so Susan's not about to send out notifications on a stream too. As now, mind you, this is as Susan owes me $500 for setting up channel memberships, which of course channel memberships are most used at live streams. So it's YouTube saying we're going to do everything we can, to help you guys out with live streams and put a focus on doing live streams, and then they don't send out notifications on live streams. Chrome says, I thought Sakura would be a good mid-ground. My other choices were Uran Host Club. That was fun, which I now think could win a poll eventually. Yeah, it does well in the nominations. Or Sailor Moon or Tokyo Mew Mew. But that one just got a remake. Mike the Explorer says, Curtis, what color underwear are you wearing without looking? Without looking, it'll be a guess. You don't really think I'm going to remember that from this morning, do you? I don't know if I'm right or not. I mean, I can answer you. I might have been a red pair I pulled out of there. I don't know. It's just me says, did you ever have a moment in your adult life where you had no idea what you wanted to do? Oh, sure. I think we all get those on occasion as we're finding our way through things. Yeah. When I was younger, I've had times when I was working different jobs that I was like, oh, this is not something I want to do with the rest of my life. And the fortunate thing for me was I always had other interests. Even when I was working, I was always wrestling and even for a while I was doing stand-up full-time. but I always had other things going on as well. But sure, absolutely. I've had times in my adult life where you're just like, not sure what's coming next. Hey, Philip, good to see you, pal. Repugnant Tone says yellow jello. Yeah, I think all of us hit that at some point or another. A little bit of a wayward or lost feeling. I think. Chrome says, I mean, I could go with something really extreme or out of left field eventually, like Revolutionary Girl Utena or Nana. Those could be interesting. I don't think I've ever heard either of those titles before, Chrome. That is interesting. Now, I'm just curious, too, as again, today is obviously a day where Susan's telling us to fuck off. Did any of you guys get, the Lou's just talking about it. Any notifications? Lou says, may I ask why YouTube refuses to send me notifications for a second channel I'm A, a regular of, B, a moderator of, and C, a member of? No idea, Lou. It's stunning, isn't it? It's absolutely stunning. Lou's got a good point. He's here pretty much every single day that we stream. He's a regular in every element of the YouTube channel, and is a channel member, which channel memberships only exist because YouTube is wanting us to have channel memberships. They bribed me to do it. So you would think, if nothing else, being a channel member would immediately mean that you get notifications for everything. Nope. Not in Susan's world. Didn't get a notification. AG Doom says, Mike says, what are the chances of Spaz Kid returning to the channel? Well, while I'm living in North Carolina and he's in New York, not great. You got it from the Discord, Lude? That just... Oh, and Repugnant Tone saw the notification of the stream time starting. Well, as I said, I told you guys, I looked it up in our stats, and we have 60,000 people signed up for notifications. Yeah, looks like 60,000 people got notified, doesn't it? And the funny thing is, YouTube has all that information. They don't have to share it with us. I mean, they don't have to make it part of the dashboard. So by doing so, they're basically rubbing our faces in it going, this is how many people have said they want to be notified. Now let's see how many we actually send out notifications to. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Apist says, hello, Curtis. Can you show your Akatsuki group with the cloud shirt? Oh, I don't have it with me right now. The Akatsuki shirt, I don't have it. Today is Koro Sensei. I don't have the Akatsuki shirt with me today. Oh, you saw it on your Xbox, Toker? That's what I mean. It's just, and this is what I'm wondering, because AG Doom says I got notified for the videos, but not the stream. How freaking bizarre is that? It does seem sometimes like, and another thing too, I didn't think of, I just posted that second video not long before the stream went live. And it seems like in YouTube's tiny, tiny little mind, do they think that that's somehow spamming or something? I mean, even if it were, all people would have to do if they think I'm spamming them is unsubscribe. Easiest thing in the world. So you just keep sending out those notifications and if somebody doesn't want to get them, they know how to remove themselves. It's really gotten bad. And you guys know, I'm trying to play it as fair as I can. I was resistant in believing that YouTube was going as into the shitter as it is, but it just is what it is. Thanks, Emmanuel. That's nice of you to say. Fun Time Freddy says, what's your Zodiac star sign if you don't mind asking? Because mine is Sagittarius. Oh, I don't mind asking. I'm not into that stuff. Virgo, and I'm right. I don't follow that stuff. I know I'm right on a border. I'm either just barely Virgo by one day. Well, obviously, just barely Virgo before it switches over or right after it switched to Virgo. I don't remember which. But I know I'm right on a border, but I am a Virgo. Repugnant Tone says it's the precise reason I don't click the bell on any channel I follow. And the thing of it is, yeah, exactly, Philip. 60,000 people, and we only on average, have about what, 50? Yep. So, I mean, it's bullshit. There's no way. Because again, even just the curiosity factor, if they were actually sending out notifications to 60,000 people, excuse me, just human nature and the fact that somebody likes the channel enough to have subscribed to it, you would get a big push, at least at the beginning. People would at least come in to see what the stream is about just because they got a notification on it. And if they don't like what's being talked about or what's going on, they can leave. But there's no way 60,000 people got notified of the stream. Oh, okay. Chrome says Revolutionary Girl Utena is a really influential shoujo series. Toker says, I really wish you could comment on Xbox. I hate having to grab my phone every time I want to comment on something. I feel like it shouldn't be hard to add that feature, but I'm not a tech designer. Oh, there's a lot of things. Well, just like what we're talking about, Toker. I mean, the little bit I know about coding and setting up things of this nature, it's not hard at all. No way is it difficult to put a code in place with those parameters. If X person is subscribed to X channel, this is what happens. If X person is subscribed to this channel and bell notification ticked, this is what happens. But it obviously, they can't do it. They won't do it. They just don't. Because there's no way, as I said, 60,000 people got notified of the stream. Connor says, my notifications for a while have been messed up, either late notifications or none at all. Yeah, well, thanks, Funtime Freddy. I appreciate that. YouTube's been having, for me at least, well, I'm sure for others as well, the last several days, my video page, just going on, especially on the app, more so than on the PC, just going, like if I'm checking up on my videos, scrolling through to answer comments or things of that nature, or even the one time I was going to make a video live on the app, they've been having terrible problems loading the video pages. As I said, on the app, it's worse, but even on the PC, when I load up my video page, I keep getting that prompt saying all information may be inaccurate because it wasn't all available, and all. It's just more, YouTube fuckery. Oh, I don't think there's anything you can do, Connor. There's nothing you can do. It's the notification system is completely broken. Toker says maybe we can make it to 69 watching. It'd be tough today because obviously nothing went out for notifications. So now it's just a case of, typically, even though notifications don't go out, the one thing they tend to do is they will mix in on your sidebar. Like that's if you're on PC. If you're on PC, on your sidebar, they'll mix in promoting the stream if you're subscribed, but the notifications themselves. Luke says, bro, we don't even have 69 subscribers. Week says, why do you look so good today, Curtis, or every day at that matter? Well, it's just the hours and hours and hours I spend on personal upkeep and my beauty routine. You think you get hair like this just because it happens? I mean, true. Connor says not as broken as their copyright enforcement. Yeah, everything they do along those lines is just to make things easier for them. They have unless you're, one of their big YouTubers, and don't get me wrong, I have nothing against the big YouTubers. It's YouTube themselves. Unless you're one of the big YouTubers, they don't worry about anything to do with copyright. That's why they institute things like the blocking system. When you already had a perfectly good, perfectly legal, perfectly well set up system for copyright claims, because like in our case, the Japanese companies weren't getting what they wanted and they weren't able to take things down effectively because of fair use. YouTube says, don't worry about it. We'll hook you up. We'll just set up a system of blocking where you just block a video And if they come back with an explanation of why they're fair use compliant, we'll just say, well, too bad, it's blocked. And that's what they did. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, just reading back on something. Johan says, I know it's not my phone because the Patreon send me notifications for every Goosh upload. YouTube doesn't notify for shit. Right. All the time, pal. I just don't get it. And again, it's not, come on. That's not something difficult to engineer at all. Andre says, greetings from Norway. Is it possible to ask creepy questions? Those are our preferences. We wouldn't have it any other way. Toker says, hey man, these try not to laugh challenges you've been doing lately have been killing me, not gonna lie. They've been fun. They've been a lot. I enjoy that. And again, I think, well, stuff like reaction videos in general, but specifically the try not to laughs are just, I think it works so well for me because, again, as I've said, my whole life I've been like this. I've always laughed really easy and I laugh really hard. And it's always been that way. I'm just, in that respect, in many respects, I'm a happy person. So it's easy to make me laugh. So that's what makes the try not to laugh kind of interesting, because it's like, for the content, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. It ain't hard to do. Yeah, Zuchen says, I'm wait, thanks again, Susan, not notified. They were like basically nothing notifications today, Zuchen. Wasn't just you, my friend. It was even worse than usual. Kyle says, Lana, 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 Lana. Love that show. Danger Zone. No, I didn't, Chrome. She says, by the way, did you see that Ezra Miller is getting help? Huh. Definitely needs a lot of it. A lot of help. But if he is, hey, that's good. That's good. That's good for him. Andre says, then I'll ask, like Jimmy Carr when he had a show here, if you had to make love to a guy, who would it be? See, that's tough just because guys just aren't sexually attractive to me. That's, you know what I mean? And it's not a cop out. I'll answer. I'll try and figure something out. But it's tough because when you ask that, when you just don't have that interest at all. I mean, there are a lot of guys I'll look at. I mean, I can look at a guy and go, damn, that dude's good looking. But there's no sexual interest there. Who's a good looking dude? For me, it would probably be, if we're going to do that, it'd probably have to be somebody that seemed like they'd be fun too. Because again, the whole like to laugh thing, I just like to have a good time. Oh man, I don't know. It's because again, it's a cop out not to answer at all. But I got my eyes closed. I'm just trying to run the Rolodex in my head of guys who I thought, hey, I want to bang him. Maybe like a Kevin Hart or somebody like that. Seems like he'd be fun. I don't know. That's a tough one. Garrick Anderson says, you're going to do some Bob Burgers reactions. You mean like to clips for Try Not to Laugh? Yeah, we could do that for sure. I know enough about Bob's Burgers to have a little bit of background with it too. Yeah, we may do that. Hey, B-Man, good to see you again, pal. Chrome says, my thoughts on it are this. My thoughts on it are the same as this. Hold on, let me check Chrome's link. Oh, hold on. I got to have headphones for that. I'm not going to. Good old Dennis Leary. Yeah, Dennis Leary is always good. He still one of the greatest things of all time is the asshole song. Beat up John Cena. Looks says, "Why?" That's good. Looks. I hear it in that voice when as soon as you typed it. Why aren't you gay? Raynor, Mitch McConnell, that sexy bastard. Yeah, how? Oh, Toker, I love regular show. He says Muscle Man and the My Mom jokes really sold me on regular show. It did. The only thing for me with regular show was I don't remember what season number it was, but it did eventually jump the shark. But the early seasons were just freaking amazing, amazing. I love that show. It was shortly after. It had nothing to do with her, but I've said this before. It was shortly after Mordecai got the new girlfriend. And again, not because of her, but I just remember that in the time frame of it. The first episodes with the new girlfriend were pretty cool. And then shortly after that, they started to really get kind of weird and fell down a little, I thought. Philip says, thoughts on Natorare? Natorare? No, it wouldn't be. Oh, it's Japanese, so Natorare. Japanese cuck porn? Figured might as well ask a creepy question. Personally, I think it's the work of the devil. I have no idea, Philip. That's the first, obviously, the first I've ever heard of that. So I can't give you a good answer because I don't know what that is at all. And I'm ashamed of myself. It's something in the porn industry I should be knowledgeable. Lick says, Curtis, did you see the footage of Goku in Fortnite? Oh no. It looks like every 2000s Goku with a gun video made by 12-year-olds. No, I didn't see that, Licks. Oh, jeez. Oh, shit. Now I have to look up some pictures of it. Oh, man. Andre says, thank you for your answer. Discovered your channel by reactions to Hell of a Boss. Good work, sir. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. B-Man, why are you gay? Who says I'm gay? You are gay. I agree with that too, Licks. Mordecai was always a simp. Rigby is the man. Yeah, Rigby's the boss. Yeah. Yep. Agreed. And I also agree with that, Kyle. Principal Lewis is awesome. Oh, yeah. A lot of you guys are fans. I asked it in the video. I haven't checked. Well, I did check the comments earlier, but I haven't been back and checked the comments. Now, you guys that have been following those American Dad Try Not to Laugh, that compilation I just saw of Principal Lewis stuff, does that pretty much cover him? Or should I go out looking for, hi, Angela. Or should I go out looking for some Principal Lewis compilations? Because there's more to be seen. You guys would know better, obviously better than me. Toker just challenged Big Green to a children's card game. Yeah, Rigby is awesome, Connor. I always liked that. I love that show for several seasons. Everything about it. I mean, come on, no. You know you're in good hands when one of the pivotal characters is a fucking gumball machine. Good old Benson. Connor says, I think there's a video just on him. Yeah, there are compilations of just Principal Lewis, but what I'm asking is, do you think they'll have content well above and beyond what I already watched in this mashup, or did they pretty much cover them? Deathless Lord Cerebrus, Cereberus. Yeah, I can read. Have you ever seen Code Geass? I have. Longtime watcher, just curious, amazing. It absolutely is amazing. Lelouch, yeah, amazing character, great ending. Yeah, yep, excellent series. Probably at some point, I feel certain, as you know, we're doing those anime reaction clips where I'm just posting some of my favorite and some of the gang's favorite reactions I've had to certain moments in anime. I would imagine Code Geass will have some in there at some point. Oh, Philip says Netorare shortened to NTR is basically the sort of thing where some guy fucks another guy's girlfriend right behind their back. They're just fucking evil about the whole thing. Yeah, I think behind their back makes it evil. I know there's a lot of people who are into that. And the way I always look at everything is that that's something you're into. Have a good time. It doesn't hurt me any. Doing it behind their back is kind of, yeah, that's kind of fucked up. But again, if that's something that a couple is into. Is it my thing? No, but I'm not the type. If somebody else, it works for somebody else, more power to them. As long as they're not hurting anybody else. B-Man says, "Hey Curtis, I have a joke for you. So a guy goes to his doctor and says, 'Hey doc, I've been constipated for a while now. Can you give me anything for it?' So the doc prescribes suppositories. Oh, there's got to be more to it. Okay. I was going to say, wait a second, what?" Big Green says, I come in, I come into the stream, and first thing I hear is NTR, Japanese cuck porn. Always a good sign, isn't it though, Big Green? One thing's for sure, Big Green, is when you pop in and that's the first thing you hear, you know whose stream you just came into. You just popped in on. It's like there's no mistaking it anymore. It's like, ooh, which channel did I go to? Oh, okay, I remember. Lex says, as a professional cucker, I can tell you both couple members are usually into it. Yeah, see that's my thing on that, Lex. Again, it's not for me, but I don't care if somebody was into that. That's that's their deal. Yeah, I thought that as I said it, Lex came into. Smokey Loki says, "What about NPR American cuck porn?" Oh, okay, here we go. Hold on, did I pick up the rest of B-Man's? So the doc prescribes suppositories. He says, "You'll be fine in a few days." So the guy comes back in a week and says they're not working. Doc asks if he's taking them regularly. You know what, Connor? I have not seen, believe it or not, a John Wick movie. I'm not surprised because they look really good, and I'm actually a big fan. But I am not a big fan of Keanu Reeves, but I have not seen one. And my wife is not into it, so it's one of those things that if I watch it, it would have to be sometime when it's just me hanging out. And there are so many anime-related things I want to see when I have those times that who knows when I would ever get to it. Then the guy says, "Of course I am. What do you think I was doing? Sticking them up my ass?" Okay. Okay, Chrome's got Fortnite Dragon Ball. Let me take a look at that. Complete quest in Dragon Ball Adventure Island. Use the Kamehameha ability. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's pretty weak right there. In the Nimbus. Oh, jeez. Yeah, color me underimpressed. Toker says, "Screw the rules. I have money." Any recent movies I'd recommend? Roxy asks. Not off the top of my head. Not movie, but a series where my wife and I are enjoying that Stranger Things. Again, she started watching it with me because I didn't realize it was that scary. So I've told you guys, Spaz Kid had the Batman for the scary things. My wife has her pillow. We sit on the couch and watch, and she'll keep her pillow right here, and she uses it like a visor. And something scary comes, she flips it down. But that's really good. We're really enjoying that. Smokey Loki says John Wick is going to destroy your favorite pizza place at Walt Disney World. Now, yeah, really, that would be the ultimate vengeance. That would make me cry so hard. Wick says, "I prefer NTR British cuck porn. It's very polite and usually ends with both actors enjoying a nice cup of tea." Philip says, "Usually there's blackmail involved." Oh, Jesus Christ. Or the woman is fucked to the point of loss of all sense or of reason or sexual addiction, or just to be an absolute bash that the guy calls the husband during sex. Holy shit, that's a lot darker than anything I had ever imagined, Philip. Wow. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm I'm kind of ashamed of myself for being out of the loop there. I didn't know all that was going on. God damn. Week says, has anyone told you that you look like an older Bruce Willis? Wait a second. Have you seen Bruce Willis lately? I think we're staying neck and neck here. Yeah, I've heard that one before. I get that one. I get John Malkovich. For whatever reason, a white Samuel L. Jackson I get a lot. But the one I think I look most like is Thanos. If you picture it with a purple haze. And probably second would be Rick from Pawn Stars. Rick says, yo, that's hot. Lord Sabera says, would you watch DBZ live action if Nicolas Cage was Goku and Johnny Depp was Frieza? You know, I have to admit, I've learned my lesson on Johnny Depp that I would give anything a try that he takes on, just because I've been so pleasantly surprised by things he's done, particularly with Willy Wonka. Because when that came out, I was like annoyed by it because I loved the original, the Gene Wilder movie. Absolutely loved that movie. And it's like, oh man, they're just going to fuck this up. And then it's like Johnny Depp, yeah, he's going to be a low rent Gene Wilder. And instead, he played it so different, but so well that he just, you know, it made that story even more hard hitting and memorable for me. Yeah. So anything with Johnny Depp, yes, I would try. It says you look like square Bruce Willis. Paranormal Gaming says, I can see the Samuel L. Jackson guy's mouths look like. See, I don't get that one. I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm a big Samuel L. Jackson fan. I'll take it all day. I'll take it all day. I'll take it. I just don't see it. But, you know, if one person says it, you're like, okay. If two people say it, you're like, maybe a little bit. But I've heard that from a bunch of people. Raynor says you actually look like Billy Joel a little bit. I think more so the others we mentioned, though. A little bit. Now, you know, Billy going bald, having gone hairless and all. A little bit. But I think the others more closely. The tunnel scene from Willy Wonka was freaky. Oh, there are a lot of freaky things in Willy Wonka. Connor, it was good. Jack Queen says, anything with Johnny Depp? Well, I don't know if I really want to see his ex-wife shitting on the bed, but other than that. Divyansh, I told the gang, we're going to do a house tour once we get everything set up in the house. I've been telling everybody I will post the video. Roxy says, for anything Willem Dafoe or Christopher Walken is good. Oh, good old Christopher Walken. I got a fever. That is, oh man, it's such a classic moment. And that was one too that I watched that live when SNL first put it up. That's back in the days when SNL could be funny fairly regularly. Cerberus says, yeah, I fucking love Willy Wonka, but not the remake. But Depp did amazing. Just wasn't for me. Probably as I was older watching the remake. See, I don't. That's what I expected would be my take, but I really like the remake. I mean, not more than the original. I'd put them on equal footing, but I was ready to hate it. And when you go in to a movie with that kind of predisposition, it has to be pretty good that I didn't end up hating it all and really enjoy it. Have you ever seen D Grayman? HD says no. No, I'm not familiar with that. Divyansh says, do you have a crush on an animated character? Well, a waifu list for sure. Sarah's Victoria is on the top of my waifu list. Has been, geez, guys, what? I hadn't even been into anime all that long when I discovered her. Current ones right now, I really like Soul in Black Clover. She's really freaking hot. We're also watching Gintama, and I like why is her name? Sachan. Sachan because she's such a freak. So there's a couple on the ones that we're watching right now. Lex says, I found a show on Netflix today called How to Make a Sex Room, and it's about some polite old British lady going into the house of suburban white couples and converting their bedrooms into a sex dungeon. That's pretty cool. I like that lady, and I don't even know her. Jack says, Willy Wonka, both of them give me such pedo vibes. Do they? See, I never got that from them. I mean, I got the overall creepiness, but Willie never gave me that pedo creepiness. Maybe I was just, I bought too easily into the, oh yeah, okay, he just wants an heir, that type of thing. So I never really got that. I know other people have said that too, though. Yeah, I know, B-Man. He says, speaking of Sarah Bridge VA is a dude now. I know, and, oh, God, what's his name? His screen name. It's gone right on my head. Oh, big surprise there. But, and his voicing, at the time, her voicing, is one of the reasons I was so into Sarah's, because I love the voicing on both the original and the abridged. Because your waifu has to be top on the waifu list. You have to have every element covered, and voicing is part of that. No whacking. Thank you, guys. Yes, no whacking. Yeah, no whacking's voicing is I shouldn't say a lot, a good portion of the reason why Sarah's is at the top of my list. She did a phenomenal job on that. We're doing good basically every day. We're having fun. Kaiser says, what's your favorite movie decade? I don't think I really have one. Because that's something I have thought about before. Each decade has had its share of great ones and stinkers for me. I don't really think I have a favorite decade. You know, I've never really, and again, it's not a cop out. I would tell you if I knew, but every decade has some that you'll get hyped up for and you go, well, that just fucking sucked. And others that'll come along and surprise you. And so I've never, for my taste, I've never had a specific decade that was just boom, 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 more on point than the others. Legionary says, just want to let you know that you make the end of my day great. Well, I appreciate that. I love kicking back and binge watching your vids. Much love from UK. Well, thanks. I appreciate that, my friend. Glad you're having fun with us. No. Oh, I saw previews of that. I haven't seen it, Ashy. Have you ever watched Close Enough? It's from the same creator, regular show. The only reason I remember seeing previews is you could tell from the artwork, the animation, immediately that it was same people as regular show. But no, I haven't seen any of it yet. Philip says the worst part of it though is that NTR always seems to get the best art. Really, beautiful fucking women to draw on the readers, and then she's getting railed by some douchebag. Worst case, the guy's ugly. Yikes! Yeah, see that just slipped right by me. I didn't even know about all that. Yeah, I've heard that joke, similar to that joke, Zuchen. Patient, oh doctor, I'm just so nervous. This is my first operation. Doctor, don't worry, me too. Oh, Chrome says, forgot to mention earlier, I'm finally going to get to see Dragon Ball superhero movie tomorrow. I got my ticket booked, so going to enjoy a nice meal in town, then see Dragon Ball. Oh, cool. I hope you have a good time. I got to get caught up so I can watch that. I got to get caught up on the Broly movie. Big Green says, yeah, I don't really think about mediums on a year or decade basis. Yeah, mainly because I often forget when they come out, and then when I look up release dates, I feel, oh, that happens to me all the time, pal. As you can imagine, with so many decades already in the books for me, yeah, happens to me all the time. Music, I would tend to, I think, well, music has been more genre-laden decade by decade, so that's a little easier to do, but movies is just impossible. Again, and nothing stands out. I've never had a stretch where it's like, wow, this decade just can't miss with movies. No, I haven't, David. He says, have you seen the latest Predator movie? It's called Prey. No, I have not. I love Predator. I ain't got time to bleed. That was really hokey, but it was pretty cool. And isn't Predator 2, that's where we got the That's where we got the one of the great memes of all time, the classic, the handshake meme, because that was Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers, right? That isn't that from Predator? You know, the two biceps bulging as they're shaking hands there. Jacqueline says, "I bet you love Predators, Willy Wonka loving ass." uh, Cerberus says, "Be hunted by Predator or Alien." I'd take a neither, thank you. But I don't know. If I had to pick one, I think I got a little better shot against Alien. Roxy says, "I've been with your channel since you were still in the middle of Yu-Gi-Oh! A Bridge series. And your reactions made my day and laugh hard on the show itself." Well, thanks. I appreciate that, Roxy. That was fun. Makes me so sad that, the two latest ones I can't even post to the channel. Because, again, that really, really stupid fucking blocking system. Yeah, Predator was good, Connor. I mean, when you think about it, and I've watched it a few times, since it was its initial run. A lot of the dialogue is kind of hokey. There's a significant number of plot holes, but it's one of those things that it's just like, it's so much fun. Who gives a fuck? Chrome says that Danny Glover was the lead for Predator 2. There are only 2 Predator films. Other films? What are you talking about? They'd never run into the series of bad sequels. Okay, I might have the wrong movie. It wasn't Predator. So what movie? Do you guys know the meme I'm talking about? You got the 2 guys joined hands like this, shaking hands, and it's done to accentuate their biceps. And it was done in the movie that way. And I'm almost positive it was Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed from Rocky, that were shaking hands. That wasn't from Predator. Has to be a different movie then. I got to be thinking of a different movie. It was Predator. Okay. It was the first movie. Okay. I thought maybe I had it wrong. I thought so. I thought that's where that came from. Connor says, "I'd love to be a Predator. Also, have you seen the Robot Chicken Predator stuff?" No. I got to see if it looks like we can, like Robot Chicken reactions, if it's just in Try Not to Laugh in little pieces, will fly or not, because those would be fun. Okay, Big Green says it is Predator. You son of a bitch, and then they shake hands. I thought so. Because I remember as that happened, watching that, I was like, oh my God, that's it's so funny. That's what I'm talking about with being hokey. It's so kind of cringe that they had to take that close up on those biceps like that. Hey, Lauren. Says, "Hi, Curtis. Could you shout out my friend Tegan? She's had twins born with Down syndrome, but they're perfect and beautiful." Hi, Tegan. Absolutely. Yeah, I told one of my favorite people in the history of the world. You guys have heard me tell Susie stories many times. Was Susie, woman that came to live with us? Oh gosh, would have been in the mid '90s. Came to live with us because we used to provide full-time in-home care for disabled individuals, and Susie lived her last 15, 16 years with us. And yeah, I have Susie stories that can go on forever. And that's what I think I mentioned. She had Down syndrome. One of my favorites was, you talk about getting absolutely slam dunked in a give and take to where you're just annihilated. One time, because again, Susie was living with us, so every so often, all her representatives from the state and everything have to come into the house and have a little meeting with my wife, because she was the actual care provider, and everybody, and Susie'd have to be there. So one day they come in for their little check-in meeting, and they're all nice people. We're all sitting there talking, and Susie and I were sitting right next to each other at the table, and 2 of the people there were talking to my wife and discussing different things, said blah, 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 this, and sometimes people with Down syndrome, and I looked at Susie and I go, "You got Down syndrome?" She looked back without missing a beat. She goes, "No, me not. You do." It's like, okay, I lost. What are you going to say at that point? And she didn't even pause, didn't even hesitate. "No, me not. You do." Yeah, Susie was the best. Absolute best. Oh, that's dark. When your uncle is a predator, but not the one from the movies. I agree with that, Big Green. He says, I don't know, it's so hokey that it wraps around to being awesome to me. Yeah, no, I absolutely. I completely agree with that. Like I said, I love Predator movie. And that's when I look back on it, look at that hokiness, as you said, that's a lot of what makes it cool. David says, "What do you think of Vince leaving WWE and Triple H taking over? I think it'll be good for creative. I think Vince had just gotten a little stuck in the mud creatively, and I think Triple H has a much better creative mind at this point than does Vince." Repugnant Tone says, "My favorite robot chicken skit is Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head in the hospital. Mrs. Potato Head is giving birth. Baby is born again." Carrot. Mr. Potato Head looks at the missus and calls her a whore. Let me see if. Hold on a second, guys. I'll be away from. Well, no, I can still see the chat over here. Let me move this one here. I don't know. See if there's. God damn it! I can't type. Robot. Let me put in robot chicken clips. Because I know if you do any real duration of Robot Chicken, Adult Swim gets antsy about it. But a lot of them don't care about little, just little clips. Here's a Robot Chicken dark humor compilation. Let me see if there's Robot Chicken, and that was years ago. Let's see reaction. Let's see if there's reactions. Something from the mashup. Oh, Internet City's a big channel, and they do them. All right, we might be able to do. Looks like Blasphemous has done one. Then some. Okay, that's not even Robot Chicken. How did that come out? Okay. React with Keezy, 29,000 views. Oh, all right, Adam, is it Koser? Has him. He's gotten big. Yeah, we can give that a try then. Looks like they might be a little more forgiving on those things. Chrome says, you could just watch Broly in parts if you don't have enough time to sit down and watch an hour and a half film. You can easily break that film into at least 3 parts, maybe 4, based on fights. Yeah, I could do that. I prefer not to. I like to watch a movie in its totality. But yeah, I have to try and just make the time to actually do it. Big Green says Vince is old. It's probably for the better. Yeah, I think so too, Big Green. I don't think he would have retired, obviously, if it weren't for all the trouble he's in. But I think it was time. Yeah, he's pushing 80 now. John Bob says, I came up with a really bad joke yesterday. Do you want to hear it, Curtis? Yeah, anything like that, though, guys, if you have a joke or something like that, just post it. You don't have to ask first, because the thing is, I may not, as we get more people in here and as the chat is scrolling fast, I may not see it when you do post it. Divian says, my animated crush is Frozen Elsa. You guys ever see that? I always like that. Did you ever see the that clip that went viral of the bunch of Marines sitting around in their barracks or whatever, and they're watching Frozen, and the part where Elsa in her ice castle there takes down her hair and flings it around, and they all go absolutely nuts. Hoorah, hoorah! They're all up and yelling and shit. That's pretty cool. Philip says NTR being so prevalent in porn is in part because Japan has, for lack of a better term, a cheating subculture. Really? Bored housewives mostly. It's almost a coping mechanism. Fascinating, really. Nacho. I did not know any of that. Huh. I haven't seen Blasphemous's channel in a while either, Big Green. I don't know what he's doing. He just came up when I did that search, and no, I haven't seen him in quite a while. Excuse me. I've actually heard that one, John Blob. Okay, here it goes. What do you call it when black people's legs get longer? That's how the knee grows. Yes, I heard it told a little differently, but the same sentiment. Chrome says, Ferris, we're sitting down to watch. The film will really get your blood pumping. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. I'm anxious to see it. No doubt. All right, guys. Well, I got to head out. Hey, thanks for the stream. This was an absolute blast. I had such a good time today. I always oh, wait. We got one more. We got one more super chat to grab here. Red Wolf says, wrestling school is kicking my butt. Wrestling school will kick your butt, no doubt. But I've never felt so at home before. That's what's important. Hopefully I'll be able to have my first match soon, but don't want to rush. Typically what we always did, Red Wolf, before we send anybody out there, certainly solo or even preferably in tag team, is try and get you guys in battle royals. I don't know what your school does, but that's what we would always do. It was just a battle royal is a good place to go in and get your feet wet and start being able to do some work, and yet not having the pressure of having all the attention on you at any given point. So we would always, and battle royals are a staple in indie shows. We would always try and get guys booked into battle royals first. And again, just for that reason, it's just a really good way to get your feet wet before you dive in. But no, keep me posted. Best of luck to you. It's a business you gotta love because it's gonna hurt every goddamn day. But if you love it, it doesn't matter. Yes, but thank you guys for the stream. I appreciate it so much. This is so much fun. I was away for several days. I couldn't stream. Just again, busy days. So it's a lot of fun when I get back to it. Now tomorrow we have a stream plan of Goose Goose Duck, and if you guys haven't played it before, BTG sponsors it. And if you haven't played it before, try and pop in and play. It's free on Steam, and it's a freaking blast. So that'll be tomorrow around 12:30. I'm hoping for. All right, guys. Thank you again for hanging out with me. Thanks for all the good conversation, all the great questions and everything. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Goose Goose Duck.